Hello and welcome. Today I just wanted to make a quick video about how roulette works. I've been getting a lot of questions about, just like how things work, how pity works, how banners work during roulette. So this video was just meant to clear all that kind of stuff up. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So every day during roulette, you'll get a spin on the wheel. When you go to the draw page or when you go to your homepage for the first time, you'll be presented with this screen. So you get to choose between Gachapin, which is the idealist route, and Muku, which is the realist route. You can choose whichever one you want. Basically, Gachapin is maybe for those who are a bit more daring, and Muku is for those who want guaranteed returns. All right, so exactly how does roulette work? Other than that, oh, wrong scene. There we go. All right, roulette. You get a new spin at 5 a.m. JST every day until roulette ends, which is March 30th. Until March 30th, you get a new spin every day at 5 a.m. JST. That's when your raids will reset. So at daily reset, they reset. Sorry, I'm repeating myself. You can tell this is unscripted. Anyways, you have until 4:59 JST the next day to use those roulette pools that you've got. If you don't use them, they will disappear. So please make sure that you use it within that 24-hour period. There's been too many stories of people thinking that they can save it for Gala or they can use it the next day or something like that. No, you cannot. Roulette only lasts, the roulette spins that you get on that day only last for 24 hours, so make sure you use it at some point within there. I'm not streaming, but I got a follow. Hello, thank you for the follow. Anyways, moving on. Banner basics. So, every new banner resets the pity count in Granblue, which means that your roulette pulls, the pity that you acquire from them, they will all disappear on the 3% banners, right? Okay, all banners change at 7 p.m. JST. Normally, except for Legend and Premium Gala, which changes at 12 p.m. JST. So Legend Premium Gala is the only one that's the odd one out. Every other banner changes at 7 p.m. But both things mean that the roulette rolls you get, because you get them at 5 a.m. JST and they don't disappear until 5 a.m. JST the next day, you can choose which banner, because the banner change happens during the day. So you get to choose if you want to do it in the banner during the morning, essentially, or do you want to do it in the banner in the evening? Sometimes the banner will change to something better, so it's better to wait. Or sometimes it will change to something worse, so you want to use it early, right? Any non-Gala banner will be announced on Twitter at Granblue Fantasy at 12 p.m. JST on the day of the change, right? So if it's changing to another 3% banner and you're not really sold on the current banner, you can wait out the Twitter announcement to see if the next banner will have something that you will like better. All right. A moment ago, I mentioned that you might be better off waiting to do your pulls on certain days. So what days are those? So here we go. I wrote this out yesterday. I've amended it slightly, just some wording stuff. But basically, all the times and dates here are in Japan Standard Time, so please convert that to your own local time. So, Flash Gala. Flash Gala is typically the gala that happens near the middle of the month. It has the Flash Grands. You can check on the wiki which ones those are. March 15th is when the banner will change, right? On this day, the morning banner, so until 7 p.m. JST, so between 5 a.m. JST when you get your roulette pulls to 7 p.m. JST, which is when the banner changes, it will be a 3% banner. At 7 p.m. JST, it will change to Flash Gala Part 1, which we know will have a new Grand character and new Summer characters. On this day, do not use your roulette in the morning. If you do, you'll miss out on free pulls on Flash Gala, which is obviously better than the 3% banner, right? So this is a day that you want to watch out for, March 15th. Okay. March 16th, there's no banner change. You can use your roulette pulls anytime. March 17th, exactly the same. March 18th is a day where you will have to make a decision. Essentially, if you use it in the morning, it will go, your roulette will go towards part 1 of Flash. Whereas if you use it in the evening at 7 p.m. JST, it will go towards Flash Gala Part 2. As a reminder, as I mentioned up here, every new banner resets your spark or your pity count. That includes part 1s and part 2s. Part 1 and part 2 are considered 2 different banners. So any roulette rolls that you get on these 3 days will not count towards Flash Gala Part 2. So, what that means is, if you want to spark on Part 1 Flash, it's probably better to use your March 18th roulette rolls on Part 1. Use it in the morning and spark on that day, right? But if you want to take the bigger guaranteed discount, because on March 19th, we get a guaranteed 100 pulls on the Gala banner, right, from roulette. If you want that guaranteed bigger discount, it's better to save your March 18th pulls for Flash Gala Part 2. What we do know about Flash Gala Part 2 is that there's no new characters. It'll be a general raid up on all the Grand units. And yes, the new Grand from Part 1 will also be sparkable in Part 2, so keep that in mind. However, the new summer characters will not be sparkable. They will be in the banner, but they won't be sparkable, so please keep that in mind. And then roulette proceeds until March 20th, at which point, at 7 PM GST, it will switch to a 3% banner. So on March 20th, make sure you use your roulette pulls before 7 PM GST. Alright, then we skip ahead to Legend Gala. Legend Gala, also known as Premium Gala, they're the same thing. On March 29th, you want to make sure you save your roulette pulls again. Wait till after the banner changes. The banner changes, again, Legend banner is unique. It changes at 12 PM JST. It's a 3% banner until 12 PM JST, at which point it will switch to Legend Gala Part 1. So, March 29th, save your pulls. This banner, as we know it, has no new units, but it does have all the Zodiacs except for Makura. So if you're looking for any Zodiacs, this is a really good banner, and also because it has a guaranteed big discount again. We have a guaranteed 100 pulls on March 30th, plus it hasn't been announced yet, but normally they announce it like the day of or the day before. I think it's the day before. That will have Super Muku. If you guys don't know what Super Muku is essentially Muku shows up and you get to pull until you get 5 SSRs minimum, right? And it has a boosted SSR rate. You have an SSR rate of like 15% or something. So until you get 5 SSRs minimum, you get to keep rolling. Normally that sort of ends around 20 pulls, 20, 30 pulls, because the SSR rate is so boosted. So you're looking at about 120 discounts on March 30th. So with these discounts on March 29th and 30th, this is obviously also a very good banner to spark if you're looking for Zodiacs or just Legend Gala goodies in general, right? Now, March 30th is the last day of roulette. So March 31st, there is no roulette anymore. So if you're sparking March 30th, that's a good day to spark. Doesn't really matter because you get no more free pulls. But it is important to mention because if you're not sold on sparking any of these banners, just keep in mind that as soon as Legend Gala Part 1 ends, on March 31st, it will switch to Legend Gala Part 2, and that banner has new summer characters. This banner has no freebies on it, typically. There's no free draws on it. So what that means is you need 300 pulls of your own, but it will have new summer characters. So if none of the things really grab your attention in the first parts, it might be wise waiting for this new summer banner as well. So just keep that in mind. All right, I think that about does it. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me in the comments. I'll get to them whenever I can. Hopefully I covered everything clearly. If not, oh well. Anyways, have a good one. I'll catch you guys later. Bye-bye.